For many years, we've actually seen new payment providers appear in the European payments landscape, particularly due to a number of regulatory changes that have opened the market to allow non-bank players to participate. As a consequence, we've also seen new types of solutions in the customer-to-bank space. Sometimes you still have banks processing the final transaction, but we do see much more new channels, new technology being leveraged in the mobile space, in the e-payment space, etc. So the question, of course, is how do these new players behave in relation to existing banks? Is there a legal level playing field? Is there sufficient consumer protection? That is certainly a question for regulators. And what we do see is there's increasingly steps taken to permit official access to customer bank accounts, because we do have a number of new non-bank providers that actually go into customers' accounts to initiate payment transaction, which is a service in its own right. So the question in the future will be, how do these new players integrate with existing players on a level playing field? Who is going to take the liability in case of fraud or loss of funds for whatever other reason? And what is therefore the role of the bank in the transaction? Is it only the processor of the bulk at the end of the day, or is it still going to be a value proposition also coming from banks? When I look at how the industry is responding in the banking world, the European Payments Council has been working on researching mobile initiative developments, working a lot on standardization in the sort of mobile space to ensure for a more harmonized approach of all banks in Europe to offer customers, for example, near-field communication solutions in the payment space. And we also do see the rise of e-commerce. After the bubbles of the 90s, I would say now e-commerce is really taking off. So I think this will be quite an interesting future development for banks and non-bank payment providers to go into, and therefore consumers will have even more choice going forward. How do you see the rise of social media impacting potential revenue opportunities in the payment space, and how do you see banks having a role in providing payment services in relation to social media?